You are tuned in to episode 72. Yes, I said it. Episode 72, the Goodfellas podcast. I am your host, G5 Jeff TV, aka G5, aka 5, aka the Guru in the building. Big shout out to everybody. Big shout out to the family. We have not been on in about good 10 days. And man, feel good to be back. Goodfellas podcast. Always gonna be around. We had some personal stuff going on, some family things going on. So um, we had to take a hiatus. But we back. You know what I'm saying? We back full effect. We're gonna swing back up in here, reclaim our spot in these boxing streets for sure. My guy Boxing First Vlog in the building said like always, waiting on the fellas. Uh Big shout out to the big bro, man. Boxing First Vlog. He said that's my fault. I'm sick. Just for the people, for the people that don't know anything about the Goodfellas podcast, man, like it's way deeper than boxing. You know what I'm saying? And when we say we in this, like we in it together, you know what I'm saying? 10 toes down. You see that logo in the corner, that's the team, VP Shane, Boxing First Vlog, and myself. So, when one of the brothers is going through something, you know what I'm saying, we got to focus on that. You know what I'm saying? So for anybody that's listening right now, we just asking for one thing, just keep my man Boxing First Vlog in your prayers. You know what I'm saying? Just going through some real shit right now. And we're gonna get through it. You know what I'm saying? He not rumbling by himself. We rumbling with him, as a family. And that's my big bro. You know what I'm saying? That's my big bro for real. And we're gonna come out, we're gonna come out squeaky clean in this situation. But I know I couldn't operate, I couldn't operate until I knew he was, you know, like still 10 toes down in these streets. You know what I'm saying? So for me, that's the big bro. My world literally stopped until I found out he was okay. You know what I'm saying? Because I went a certain amount of time and I didn't hear from him at all. So I was, thinking the worst. You know what I mean? And that go for me, that go for VP Shane as well, and other people that tap in with us, man. So Boxing First Vlog, this from me to you. And I'm sure Shane share these sentiments as well, man. Like you a big brother to us. And you know, whether you in the podcast or you live with us or you in the comment section, like we know you always here. You understand what I'm saying? And people done got a lot of boxing game from you. You know what I'm saying? So big shout out to Boxing First Vlog. He is in the chat, by the way. Big shout out to him, man. So you want to reach out to him, definitely you know, definitely reach out to him for sure. My bad, y'all. So basically, man, we got so much to get into as far as this boxing stuff. We ain't been on here in over a week. So much that happened. Be honest with you, I know I put Gennady Golovkin sued Golden Boy for about $3 million. We definitely got to talk Edgar Berlanga. We never talked about the Michael Conlon Wood fight. That's definitely fight of the year so far. Usyk situation, Usyk HJ situation. Does Triple G suing Golden Boy, does that have anything to do with with his fight with Canelo now? Adrian in the building, man. Big shout out to Adrian in the building, man. Big shout out to you, bro. Yeah, man, but it's just good to be up in here. You understand what I'm saying? Boxing First Vlog said I called it. Yeah, we definitely got to give you your flowers on that, man. And it's crazy we even brought up that fight because I think that was the last fight we actually talked about on the podcast before we went on our hiatus. And I remember saying off camera, I told Shane, I said, yo, I said we gotta get Vlog his flowers on that one because he definitely said Will was gonna win that fight. He wasn't supposed to, but he won that fight. And that's boxing. That's boxing at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? Like that's definitely boxing. But Vlog, you in the comment section, bro. Get it started, bro. What topic you want to touch on first, man? What topic you want to touch on first? Big shout out to a couple people, man. VP Shane. Big shout out to Boxing First Vlog. Big shout out to Adrian. Big shout out to my guy DT3 the Boom Man. Stay ready. Kiki, Ashley's Corner. There's a bunch of people I'm forgetting. Conrad, Will Stokes, Chris G, bunch of guys, man. Big shout out to the family, man. Todd Finney, always be in the building with us, man. So big shout out to everybody, man. Vlog, man. Where we starting off at, baby? Where we starting off at? Jamie Leroy in the building. Big shout out to you, bro. He said, Boxing First Vlog. Hope you're okay. Rest up. Wish you a quick recovery. Hopefully we see you back soon, man. Jamie Leroy, that's love, man. That's love. We really appreciate that, man. And that's all we really asking for, man. Just, keep my guy in your prayers, man. And so he can have the strength to, the fight, fight on a daily basis so he can, so he can pull through and get back to what he want to do. You know what I'm saying? Boxing First Vlog, your boy, hands put on him. That was VP Shane coming in hella choppy. But it's okay though. It's been a little while since we've been on. We usually get the tech stuff done before we go live, so I'll take the blame for that one. Boxing First Vlog said your boy getting them hands put on him. Who you talking about? Who you talking about, bro? I think I know who you talking about, but who you talking about? Boxing First Vlog said thanks, family. Just like we said, man, just my bro resting right now. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna I ain't gonna lie, we've been soaking for a little bit. You know what I mean? But we gotta get back to business. You know what I'm saying? Derek Wiltz in the building, man. Salute, fellas. Derek Wiltz, big shout out to you, family. For sure. Oh yeah, man. Blair the Flair Cobbs. We got it. Yeah, my man Boxing First Vlog said we gotta start there. So we gotta start there. That's just how I go. We gotta start there. VP Shane in the building, man. Big shout out to the little bro, man. VP, what's going on with you, bro?
Bro, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I can hear you fine.
1 second. I might be because you're on mute.
VP Shane to get the tech stuff together in a minute. You know what I'm saying? But we gonna start off with Blair the Flair Cobbs, man. He took a nasty loss to Ochoa. Got stopped. And let's try VP Shane again. What's wrong?
Still can't hear you, bro. I gotta restart my phone for some reason. I don't know. I could hear you the first time, but I can't hear you now.
I ain't going nowhere, man. Go ahead, get your tech stuff together, baby. Shane gonna get his tech stuff together, man. But yeah, man. Blair the Flair, man, definitely, man. That was bad, bro. That was bad, man. Boxing First Vlog, he was overconfident. Definitely, I gotta remove Shane. Get him up out of here. Said he was overconfident. Man, talking can camouflage a lot of things, man. Talking can camouflage a lot of things. And I actually want to get into that. We're going to get into that. Derek Wilson in the building said Tim Bradley acting like Bud versus Boots. No, not a good fight. So we're going to touch into all that right now. So Blair Cobbs, I want to make this real clear. I like Blair Cobbs. Ain't on front. I like Blair Cobbs. You're on mute.
I can't hear you, but you can hear me. I don't understand why. What? I don't understand.
That's weird. I don't. And you're on your phone?
It's on my end for some reason. It's on my end. I'm gonna try to sort this out, bro. But
yeah,
I'm gonna
sort it
come
out.
back
I'm
and
gonna be in here
keep
cooking.
cooking.
I'm being here cooking. Go ahead. Do you think? Yeah, so these are the two comments I actually want to touch on. He was overconfident, and Derek Wiltz said Tim Bradley acting like Bud versus Boots, not a good fight. So, as far as Blair Cobbs, like I said, I like Blair Cobbs. I like Blair Cobbs. You know what I'm saying? How we looking, Shane? Mic check. You're on mute, buddy.
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
I can hear you.
My man.
Yeah.
All right. So let me properly introduce my man. VP Shane in the building. Big shout out to the little bro, man. What's going on, bro?
I'm good, bro. I'm pretty sure you gave them an update on what's happened. So yeah, I'm good as good can be, bro.
Yeah, man. We got vlog in the comment section, man, which is the next best thing outside of him being on with us. So big shout out to the general for sure. But he wanted us to touch on this Blair Cobbs and the Blair Cobbs situation in the Ochoa fight. And he said he think he came in there overconfident. I think I like the trash talk from Blair Cobbs. The thing about Blair Cobbs is he had to talk himself into that fight.
When you talk that much trash, you can't afford to go out like that. That's the problem, bro. You can't afford to go like that, bro.
Yeah, and that's the challenge when you talk trash. When they say when you talk the talk, you got to walk the walk, and that old saying will always stay true, especially when it comes down to sports. And with Blair Cobbs, he talked the talk, and I knew Ochoa was going to be a bad matchup for him, but I felt like he believed in himself so much he was going to find a way to pull through. Ochoa is a good fighter, strong fighter, and the thing about it is he wasn't going to get no green light street to Boots. They made sure of that.
Even if he won that fight, he might not have got Boots, bro.
Correct. So him, but see, that's why I respected the talk, because I was like, the talk wasn't going to get him immediate access to Boots. He was still looking at probably like 2 to 3 fights before he even got to Boots because of the route that Boots was on. So the fact that he chose Boots out of anybody, I felt like he could have chose a bunch of people and could have got to them sooner than he got to Boots. So I think he really had something against Boots because nothing about the call out made sense outside of they from the city. That's it. And he's not even in the city. Like he's in the West Coast. You know, he was the reason he went out to the West Coast is because he didn't get no fights here because he was beefing with a local promoter named Russell Peltz, who's been around since the beginning of the time. And I didn't even know that until YSM told me that. Big shout out to my bro YSM too. I got get in contact with him as well, man. Big shout out to Millie. You know what I'm saying? Matter of fact, I got to shout out all them out, man. Millie, Leak, Pound for Pound, Boxing Source, Ohio Runs Boxing, all them cats, man. Big shout out to them.
Stay ready.
Yeah. Big shout out to Stay Ready as well. But yeah, I mean, that's what happens, man. That's what happens in boxing, man. If you come in talking that talk, if you don't walk it, you're gonna hear about it the next day. And that's exactly
what happened. He's gonna hear about it for the rest of his life because he spoke so much, bro.
Yeah. And the thing is, like, But the thing I be trying to tell people is like he had to do it that way. We weren't talking about Blair Cobbs until he started talking crazy. So he'd have just been on the shelf at Golden Boy and nobody been talking about it. He made himself hot in these streets. And
It
we
would
gotta
have
give him
worked if
credit
he
for that. He
won.
just didn't
It
back it
would have
up.
worked if he,
It would have worked if he
like,
won.
it would have worked if he won. Because if he won, his name would have still been hot, and there would have been so much. It'd have been like Rolly, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. And even when Rolly lost the Jackson Marinas in my book, his name was still hot in these streets because they was talking about he got robbed. His name was still
Did
hot in these
has
streets.
has Blair Cobbs had an interview since?
He put a statement out, but he didn't have a
What did he
I
say
don't
in the
think he had
state?
a he just said he was basically just like that happens in boxing sometimes. The comeback gonna be real and all that. Similar to what Chris Colbert said. Um Let me get in this comment section real quick. Hold on. Derek Wiltz said Tim Bradley acting like Bud versus Boots is not a good fight. To be honest with you, Derek Wiltz, it's not a good fight right now because we want to see Bud and Spence. So until that happens, I don't want to see that fight. I don't want to see that fight. I'm with my man VP Shane on this one, man. Unification. You know, I don't be throwing that word around all willy nilly like my mans do, but he's right on this one. We got to see Spence and Bud before we see Spence Boots or Bud Boots. That's just what it is. But it's gonna make them Bud and Spence going first is gonna make the Boots fight more lucrative. I need for people to understand that. You want to see Spence and Bud
I
fighting first.
I feel like in a situation that we're in right now, we kind of need someone like Boots, because someone like Boots forces big fights. Because if you don't take the you don't take the big fight, you got to fight Boots.
Yeah, you gotta make a decision. He coming to your front door, you gotta make a decision. You know what I'm saying? Either let him in or he gonna kick the door in. It's really that simple. But we need these sanctioning bodies to put guys like Boots in position to kind of force things to happen in some of these divisions. And I think 160 is another division that's kind of like that as well. Boxing First Vlog, still think you guys is wrong for agreeing with him calling Boots out. No,
Hindsight 2020. So now looking back at it, I mean, he ain't done himself no favors pulling out Boots, bro.
I still ain't had no problem with it because even he just for the fact that he got his 15 minutes of fame and he had his opportunity. He had his opportunity to, walk the walk. He had his opportunity to walk the walk. Like he didn't pull a Chris Colbert. He didn't pull a Chris Colbert. He went out there. Ochoa got the better of him, but he went out 10 toes down. He went out 10 toes down. The ref had to stop him. And I'm like, I'm not saying you gotta put him up here when it comes down to that, but in this day and age, you gotta value that because not every boxer is going out like that.
Now that's a
You
fact.
got it, Shane.
That's a fact. And on that note, you know, you got to give him credit for that. But it's more the performance, bro. It's more the performance.
Yeah. It was the hype was up here, man, and the performance was just a dud. Like it was a dud. But you could tell when a guy is fighting and he's that conscious of the other guy's power, nothing is fluent. Everything is just hesitant, defensive. They're not in there actually fighting. They're in there strategizing to survive and to try to get their shots in here and there. You can't fight like that. Not when you're Blair Cobbs. You know what I mean? Boxing First Vlog says, salute, little bro. Jamie Leroy, Ruiz versus Ortiz looking likely. I don't really have a problem with that fight because both guys is kind of cold in these streets. So they need something to spark them up. So I don't have a problem with that. Blaze Philly 215 in the building, bro. Shane asked about you probably 2 weeks ago. was like, yo, when last time you heard from Blaze Philly? And I'm like, you know what, bro? I was just like, I ain't heard from him. Like, I ain't heard from him. So it's good to see you up in here, good brother. Second Ezra in the building said, peace to my boxing family. Second Ezra, big shout out to you, family. Jamie Leroy, is the Warrington fight gonna be on the league, boys? Actually, we need to make an announcement about the league. Shane, it looks like you're frozen. Prove me wrong.
Yo.
Yeah, I can hear you now. He's you want to make the announcement as far as the league is concerned?
So season 2 of the
Yo, you chopping up real bad, bro. You want to try to come out and come back in? Shane with the tech issues. Jamie Leroy, is the Warrington fight gonna be on the league, boys? So season two of the Boxing Prediction Fantasy League on G5JeffTV.com is actually ended. We're gonna try Shane again.
Yeah, can you hear me now, bro?
Yeah. You want to make the league announcement? Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, season 2 is over, and Will Stokes won. So shout out to Will Stokes, bro. He won the
Big
league.
shout out.
I
Big
can't
shout
believe he
out.
won because he's gonna be doing so much trash talk. But yeah, shout out to Will Stokes.
Big shout out to Will Stokes, man. Winner of the league, man.
Season
Season
3
two.
is coming real soon, and there's big announcements for season 3. So yeah, man, it's gonna probably be like 2-3 weeks because of what we have to announce it with. It's gonna take us about 2-3 weeks before we start it, but when we do, it's gonna be big.
Yeah, it's gonna be real big. But big shout out to Will Stokes, man, for winning season 2. So for the people that don't know, that's 550 smackaroos coming his way in a championship belt. But we got to hit you up and figure out delivery and all that other good stuff. But the season 2 was definitely popping, definitely competitive. Big shout out to Ashley's Corner too, for her to jump into the league the way at the time that she did, and for her to be that close. Big shout out to Ashley's Corner too. But season 3 is going to be insane. We're going to have a board meeting about season 3. Just a lot of the day ones is going to get the invite, and we're going to talk about different ways we can make season 3 better. And so we'll have an off camera meeting about that. But you'll get the invite in your emails, and we gonna have a conversation about it for sure. But big shout out to Will Stokes, man, the winner of season 2 of the fantasy league, man. So big shout out to him. So Jamie Leroy, to answer your question, we're gonna have a couple weeks of no league. But we setting up for season 3, and it's gonna be huge. Boxing First Vlog, he trash, C- level dude. Blair, I guess you're talking about Blair Cos. Blair was talking like he was A level. Like he was talking like he was A level. But I'm like, I like the confidence, man. He just, when it was his time to shine, he dropped the ball. Just, but he had to. That's my point. He had to talk his way into something. He had to. You know what I'm saying? YSM Sports Media in the building. Big shout out to you, bro. He said that's a good contender versus contender in the division. I'm assuming he's talking about Ruiz and Ortiz.
That's a good fight. I actually want to see that fight.
Yeah, I think Ortiz has a good shot at winning that fight because I haven't seen Andy Ruiz.
His punch resistance is absolutely gone.
It is
Ortiz.
gone.
I mean, he's getting dropped by a jab.
Yeah, it is gone. But the thing about Ortiz, if you don't get him up out of there, he's winning a lot of those rounds still. So that's an interesting fight. But both of those guys, I agree with YSM 100%. Blaze Philly 215. TikTok has consumed my life. I'm a huge creator now. what's your name on TikTok? I need to know because I need to see this huge creator numbers you're talking about, bro. Um, he said he's a huge content creator. I have my Google search ready, so when you send me your TikTok information, I'm gonna look it up and I'm gonna put it on live. Shane said, YSM said Shane, aka Damon Idris. Idris,
I
you
don't
funny,
even know who
bro.
that is.
You had to Google it. Google it. Well, we'll talk about that on camera. Conrad Boxing, big shout out to you, bro. Said congrats to Will, man. Big shout out to Will
You're
Stokes,
you're
man.
you're you're a gracious loser because he came second,
Will,
bro. So you're a gracious
yeah,
loser.
man. Conrad came in second place, man. But season 3, I can't. The one thing I can tell y'all, there's gonna be obviously one winner, but there's gonna be several prizes, cash and non-cash.
And
So it's not.
weekly, there's gonna be opportunities to gain, if not maybe not direct financial reimbursement, but if you're into your betting, trust me, this is the season. Trust me.
Yeah, we got you covered. We got you covered. Boxing first vlog. He said, "Tell Will to send this guy some coins." I feel you. I feel you. Blades Philly said he was a replacement fighter. I don't think he had the proper training camp. Um, are you talking about? Who are you talking about? Are you talking about Blair? Because are you talking about Blair Cobbs? Are you talking about talking about Chris Colbert? Who you talking about? Boxing first vlog. Don't talk your way into an ass whooping. Yeah, I mean that's it. That's what happened.
Facts. That's a
Yeah,
fact.
he talked his way into an ass whooping. But the thing vlog is, if you notice during that whole run, he talked about everybody but his opponent. And that's the one problem I
That's
had.
another problem. That's another problem.
That's the one problem I had. You could talk about whoever you want, but when you're talking about everybody else and you're not acknowledging the person in front of you, that's a problem. We just seen that with Chris Colbert. We just seen that with Chris Colbert. You know what I'm saying? Jamie Leroy said AJ has got an opponent for his next fight. Who you boys think it is? Joe Joyce, maybe. So Shane, I actually want to ask you this question, piggybacking off of that comment. What is the current situation with Usyk right now and AJ? What's the latest on that?
Bro, right now there's an endless circle because some are saying that Usyk is leaving the country, but his manager is saying that he's not leaving the country. So I don't know. But to me, I would actually prefer if Usyk fought. But if Usyk doesn't fight, Otto Wallen would be my number one choice for AJ.
Yeah, I think out of Wallen, that's a good fight. It's a good fight. It's a winnable fight. The thing is, AJ needs to be in a winnable fight. So I think out of Wallen is a
I
winnable
think
fight.
Otto Wallen is a winnable fight, but I feel like stylistically, it's going to prepare you a little bit for what you need. A southpaw for one, and you need someone who's going to use a bit of movement to test AJ's footwork. So
Yeah,
that's. I mean, who else could you think of that fits that description?
even if Ortiz was available, that's the only other one I could
But
think of.
Ortiz's punch resistance is gone, bro. It's absolutely shot. He was
Well,
getting
you
dropped
want the
by
look.
jabs.
Well, the thing is, when you fight in the southpaw, you want the look. You know what I mean? So he could take that
That's
fight for
true.
the look.
That's true.
Actually, I would prefer him to fight Ortiz over Wallen because of that, because of his shaky chin. His chin is gone. You know what I'm saying? I think
But
it's less
I
risk.
think AJ deals with Otto Wallen comfortably. Comfortably, I think he deals with Otto Wallen.
Yeah, I think AJ I think AJ beats Wallen. Don't get me wrong. And I think I don't want to say people overvalue Wallen, but to me, and this is not a knock against one, I apologize that it's gonna sound like one, but Wallen is not as good as his performance against Tyson Fury, if that makes any sense. I watched that fight and I was just like, it almost seemed like it just took Fury a long time to get the gears going. He looked kind of bored in there. So I didn't come out of that fight saying like, yo, like Wallen is the truth. I came out of that fight and I was just like, yo, he's not a dude you can be napping on. What you think, Shane?
I thought the same thing, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I mean, I think I was more impressed with the Brazil fight than the Fury, if I'm being honest. I think the way he
Yeah,
fought Brazil was much more impressive because he had Fury in a position. If any other he had that position, he would probably got in, to be honest.
I don't know if you moved, Shane, but you kind of chopped up the last like 10, 15 seconds. All right. Oscar Ray, hold on. Hold on. 100% true of the building, said dude on the left.
Is
He
that
said
me
a
or
visit
you?
to the
I wonder
barber.
who you're speaking of. Me or
Nah, he
you?
probably talking about me, but that's all right. Yeah, I guess he's talking about me. I don't know. I ain't on here to look pretty, baby. Blaze Philly 215. I'll send it to your phone. He said he was talking about Blair Cobbs. Was Blair Cobbs a replacement, or Show was a replacement? I don't think they was a
I don't
replacement.
know if it was a replacement. I just thought I just remember it wasn't supposed to be headlining, and then they made it the headline. But I don't remember it being a
Yeah,
replacement.
I feel like British brothers try way too hard to be like American
I don't know if
fellas.
that's an indirect to me, but I'm not British, so that doesn't count.
I don't. Yeah, I was gonna say it. I'm damn sure not British, so I don't know. So 100% true. That is not 100% true. We gonna leave it at that. Boxing first vlog. I like AJ versus Hellenius. It doesn't prepare him for Usyk.
I don't feel like it does. Yeah, I was about to say, I don't think it does anything in terms of the Usyk fight, but in terms of him just building up confidence, I think it's a good fight. But in terms of,
Yeah, I like
and if
that
he
fight.
had a new coach, if you had a new coach, I think Robert Helenius would have been a better preparation for Fury. That's a better preparation for Fury. The height, the reach,
Right.
the size, the weight, the fact that Robert Helenius likes the box behind the jab. He's not as good of a mover as Fury, but he will move. So
Yeah,
yeah.
and I think AJ he actually needed for Charles Martin to win that fight with Luis Ortiz because he could have ran it back with him, just to get the look, get the look again, the southpaw look. Conrad Boxing dangerous fight vlog. You talking about Hellenius? Hellenius has improved, and that's one thing vlog said for a while. He's definitely improved. Now, mind you, he's been improving versus Kyle Naki, and that we're gonna make that clear, real clear. But it is what it is. Jamie Leroy most likely out of Wallen. Joe Joyce will be too risky for AJ. Yeah, I don't think he shouldn't fight. He shouldn't fight Joe Joyce unless it's some type of belt on the line or he's defending the belt. Like that's just way too risky of a fight. What you think, Shane?
I can't really see the benefit in that fight, to be honest. I don't really see
I
the
don't
benefit.
either.
I don't see the
I don't
benefit in
either.
that fight.
That's what I'm saying. It gotta be for a belt. Gotta be for a belt. Conrad, Helenia is coming in all confident, doing this thing. I like what Helenia is doing. You know what it means.
Helenius to me does need another fight before I start getting excited. Because if we're keeping
You
it
know who?
100,
You know a fight I like, bro. Helenius and Jared Anderson. That'd be a fucking fight, bro. That'd be a fight. That'd be a fight.
I would prefer Helenius and Andy Ruiz.
Do you think that's a step back for Ruiz? Well, he did just fight Areola, so yeah, I take that back. He did fight Areola, so
And it's in house. It's PVC, so it shouldn't be that difficult to make.
yeah. I think that's a good step up fight for Jared Anderson though. Find out what he really about. I think that's a good fight. Boxing first vlog agreed, but Rob has a nice rank. So so AJ gotta have someone on the radar. Um yeah, it's just for AJ, it's a matter of, is he fighting somebody to prepare for Usyk, or is he fighting somebody just to be fighting somebody for the bag? Like that's the question. Virgil Moore in the building. Big shout out to you, family. He said, I don't usually compliment, but Shane looks good as fuck with that haircut. Much respect, my guy.
That's because when you normally see me, bro, you normally see me, I'm in the trenches. Right now, I'm in relaxing. I'm normally in the trenches, bro. So that's how it goes.
Big shout out to Virgil Moore in the building. Big shout out. Blades Philly 215. When are people going to start talking about Joe Joyce? He needs to be a contender.
He already is a
Listen.
contender.
Yeah,
He already is a contender.
yeah,
Like
Joe
top
Joyce
top
name
top 10 easily.
top 10 for
Easily
sure.
top 10, maybe even top 6, top 7. Like
Yeah, his name.
outside of the Fury, Usyk, AJ White situation, Wilder, Joe Joyce is right there. Him, Hergovich, Yoka, those dudes are right there. They're right there on the brink. Joseph Parker as well. You got to put him in there because of what he's done recently. So yeah, right on the brink. Joe Joyce is. I mean, I don't know about other dudes, but I talk about Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce grew on me like, man. And you really got it. He's the ultimate lab coat study. Like, he's the ultimate lab coat study, because when you look at him from a distance, you like, I don't see it. But when you really break him down, yo, it's so many elements to his game from a punch variety standpoint. A lot of the basics that needs to be done, especially at heavyweight, he does it, and he does it very, very well. He said, or at least start to get some good fights. I think Joe Joyce, he's in a position where he's kind of
some good names. He fought Takam. He fought Dubois. He fought, what's the other dude's name? Stavern. Fought some good names. I mean, I do want to see him maybe get another step up. Probably someone not just that level below world level.
Yeah, I think it'll be a good fight for Joe Joyce. What's my man heavyweight I can't stand? The oh my goodness, Joe Joyce and the hugger.
Oh, Junior Farr.
No, not Junior Farr.
Joseph Parker.
Joseph Parker. Yeah, I could not think of his
That'd be a
name to
good
save
fight.
my life. That'd be a
That'd
good
be,
fight, man.
that'd be...
Yeah. Blaze Philly said, I swear he was a replacement. Nah, Blair wasn't I don't think he was a replacement. If he was, I apologize. But I don't think he was a replacement. I think they just moved him up because Blair Cobb's name was hot in these streets. You know what I mean?
No, remember it was because Virgil couldn't make the fight because it's supposed to be Virgil.
Yeah, so it was Virgil, and that's what happened. Virgil and McKinson, and Virgil got sick and got out of that fight. So that's really what that was. Jamie Leroy Usyk has cross-border to Poland to start training camp. Apparently,
I don't know about that because his promoter manager Igor Klimas came out shooting after Matt Coppinger for releasing an article. I don't know if you guys have seen it. I sent it to Jeff.
Yeah,
He's basically said that all of that's false news. So
yeah, and the thing is, I'm not saying Mike Coppinger is wrong because we've had situations where we got information before the person even knew. So I'm not even going to say, or his team even knew. So I can't even say, you know what I mean? I can't even say that Mike Coppinger is wrong on it. We just going to find out. Vlog, Usyk is a fraud, bro. He didn't bust a grape over there. Oh man, yo, hey Vlog, Usyk put a couple people down.
It's unfortunate that we're seeing fighters have to defend themselves in a different light.
Man, Usyk showed the road and shot somebody out there, man. Ain't playing around, bro. For real. Miles Williams in the building, man. Big shout out to you, bro. He said, how do you see the Dubois Bryan fight going?
Firstly, I don't know on earth where Don King got that money from. I will be surprised if that fight happens. I will be so surprised if that fight happens.
I Shane stole my thunder because we think alike. I don't think the fight happens, bro. But I'm gonna entertain your question. If that fight
I mean, look
happens,
how long we had to wait for Manuel Char and Trevor Bryan. Like, Don King's got a. If that fight happens, the boy will be waiting for his money like Golovkin. He'll be waiting for his money for like 4 or 5 years before he gets that money. 3 million,
yo,
bro. Hell,
his
where the hell is
his
Don King
wire
getting 3 million from?
that wire transfer gonna say pending for a long ass time. Like, Don King money a little funny in the light. You know what I'm saying? Um, but I like Dubois by knockout though within 6. I'm not high on Trevor Bryan. Um, Boxing First Vlog said Danny by KO. Yeah, I agree. Jamie Leroy, I don't think Usyk head will be right going into the fight, in my opinion.
I mean, if could you imagine? Could you imagine, bro? If this was all a stunt to win the mind game, this would be a very good mind game battle that he's won because everybody's thinking he ain't prepared. This is something that Fury will do. You know, Fury say he's going to fight a war, and then 2 weeks later he'll be in the ring
To
in
be
tip-top shape. So
to be honest with you, I'm not talking down, but I don't know Usyk. I don't know none of his people. The only thing we've seen is one picture of
and
him
let's keep it
with a
real.
strap.
AJ's already thought about other opponents. If Usyk comes back and says, I want to fight, he's going to be more ready than AJ.
Facts. Conrad, do you think the Dubois fight is happening at all, or is it another Don King trick? I believe it when I see it, Conrad. I know how Don King operate, and them funds. I don't know. Conrad, Don King doesn't seem like the kind of guy who overpays and loses money. Don King, the way Don King has operated business wise the past couple years, you can tell that the cash flow is not obviously what it used to be, and he's not moving like a power guy. And I'll kind of leave it there. But to answer your question, nobody's in the business of overpaying and nobody's in the business of losing money. It's how much money you got behind you. And Don King, he don't have anybody behind him, so he probably has maybe a few money players or whatever, but nothing really crazy. Miles Williams, Don King just won the purse bid. Yes. 3 million. Yes. Boxing First Vlog, Don better have some UK support because he can't sell me ice in the desert. I
Because I was thinking that to myself. I was thinking, I see how Frank Warren can generate the money. How does Don King sell that in America?
He doesn't. The thing is, he's gonna put it on cheap pay-per-view. He's gonna put it somewhere for like $30. Nobody's gonna buy it.
No, but is people actually even interested in that fight? That's my point.
No. This in the United States, we're not interested in Trevor Bryan. A lot of people don't know Trevor Bryan. I think Trevor Bryan is okay. I think he's okay.
I think this will be the first fight in history where the promoter has a bigger name than both fighters.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can make that claim for sure. Conrad laughing. Miles Williams, Brian riding off that interim belt like he a world champ. That's why, Trevor Bryan ain't moving nothing out here in these streets, man. It really doesn't, it ain't really doing anything for me. I think Dubois knocks him out. I would be disappointed if Dubois didn't knock him out. I would be disappointed if he went 12 with him. I'd be disappointed. You know what I'm saying? But I want to actually get into this. Triple G suing Golovkin Triple G is suing Golden Boy for $3 million from the second fight.
Why it took him so long to sue them? I want to know why it took him so long. This fight was years ago.
Can I answer that? Let me answer that, bro.
Go ahead.
So Triple G has had a long history of not watching his money, or he doesn't know his contracts. And I think, to me, it seemed like part of this is probably a publicity stunt to kind of get his name in these boxing streets, because his name is ice cold. But if it is some money missing, it definitely should be some interest on it, because it was a long ass time uh from that
Bro, this
second
was
fight, man.
years ago, bro.
Years
So I
ago.
don't know, like, bro, are you that rich that you don't know that you're missing 3 million?
Yeah. And I know he not cooking like that. I know he not cooking like that. Jamie Leroy Dubois is a nobody in the US, let's be honest. LOL. Yeah, Dubois, he's a name to the hardcores, but he's not, you know, he's not a name to the hardcores. I mean, he's a name to the hardcores, but not the casual fans. The only way they make money off that is unless they put it in the UK. That's the only way they make money off of that. Trevor Bryan gonna have to travel, but I don't think Don King has the business and political setup to even make that happen. You know what I'm saying?
That's my point. I want to know how that's gonna happen. How is he gonna be able to make that fight in the UK?
Yeah, like, because you don't. If Don King was the old Don King, he doesn't bid 3 million unless he got the UK deal already in his pocket. So what he does is he throws money around and try to figure it out later on. That's how he's moving. That's how I know he don't have no real juice. You know what I'm saying? T Finney in the building. Big shout out to you. He says, salute my brothers. Big shout out to you, bro. Boxing First Vlog. Great show, fellas. I'm out of here like a fool that didn't pay his rent. Big shout out to Boxing First Vlog,
Bro,
man.
stay safe, man. Stay
Bro,
safe.
and stay in contact, man. Stay in contact, bro. L Dub the plug in the building. Big shout out to L Dub the plug, man. That was actually the last show I actually did, man. I'm actually gonna post that on I'm gonna post that on the gram and on Twitter. The show that L Dub, I was on the show with L Dub. We broke down the Showtime card for the next Showtime schedule for the next couple months, man. So that was a dope
What's your
show.
favorite fight on that schedule?
Off the top of the dome, my favorite card is the Spence and Ugas card, because they got the Stanionis fight on the undercard, but it's on the free portion.
No,
So
what's
actually,
your favorite fight? What's your
my favorite
fight?
fight, I would probably say Cool Boy Danny Roman.
Better than Castano and Charlo?
Yeah, because I already seen that. You got to think about it. I'm looking at it from this perspective. Cool Boy Steph is about to go Angelo Leo, Brandon Figueroa, Danny Roman, back to back to back. And then before that, he fought 8 undefeated fighters, like straight. Like,
I get that, bro, but let's keep it real. Like, that's undisputed, bro. Charlo versus Castano.
Yeah, but I can make the argument that Cool Boy and Danny Roman is closer to 50-50 than that fight.
I can't make that argument. Danny Roman is nowhere near on Cool Boy's level, in my opinion, bro.
But you're talking about pure talent.
I'm talking about if they go in the ring tomorrow, I'm comfortably putting my money on Cool Boy. I'm not comfortably putting my money on Castano or.
There's a lot of people comfortably putting their money on Charlo. They think Castano will overperform.
That's because they like Charlo personally.
You might be right. But Danny Roman is a top 5 guy in our favorite division. Top 5. He's a top 5 guy in our favorite division. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
he's the top 5 guy in our favorite division. But this is the 2 of the best in the division.
Yeah, I would say that's probably the most competitive fight. For me, I think that's the most closest to 50-50. And either that or the Charlo fight. I'm not going to
I understand why, because we have seen Charlo Castano already. So I understand what you mean by that. But we didn't get a conclusive winner. So
yeah, we didn't get a conclusive winner neither, which feeds to your point. as well, which could make an argument for 50-50 because they did technically have a draw. You know what I mean? Stay ready boxing in the building, man. Big shout out to my bro, Stay Ready, man. L Dub said Don King and Frank Warren are old friends. They can make it happen in London as a joint venture if they want. That's
If
the
they did
thing.
that, they wouldn't have made it go to purse bid.
They
They would have
wouldn't,
just done that.
yeah.
They wouldn't have made it go to
That's how
purse
I'm
bid.
surprised L Dub made that comment because yeah, if they wanted to make it a joint venture, actually Don King and Frank Warren would have been better off making it a joint venture and it not going to purse bid, because then they could have actually came up with
They could have
actual,
given, yeah, they could have given Trevor Bryan and Dubois whatever they want. They don't have
yeah,
to do
a nice bag, and then you ain't got to deal with the same. Like, yeah, they could have just did that on their own. And I don't understand why they didn't, but I think Don King is not in a position to negotiate. You know what I mean? He's not in a position of power. So I think Frank Warren probably would have tried to bully that. You know what I mean? Which is what he was supposed to do. Miles Williams, did you see the AJ Joyce sparring video? Joyce got no chance.
Yeah, but that was years ago. That was when they were in the amateurs, so I can't read into that too much.
And Miles, another thing about sparring, now some sparring footages are legit, but you never know what a you never know what the landscape was before you seen the sparring session. I mean, we seen Lubin smacking Edgar Berlanga around, for an example. I don't know if Edgar Berlanga sparred 4 of the dudes before he got in there with Lubin. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know the dynamics of. It's hard for me to take a 30-second clip or a 1-minute sparring clip and I come up with a full opinion of a fighter. I just, it's cool. It's like whatever the sparring clip is, it's cool for that 30 seconds or whatever. I don't take it no further than that. At the end of the day. And Shane and I, we've heard stories of guys getting spanked in sparring, and when they come down to real life, they is not getting down like that. You know what I mean? And we ain't gonna get into the names, but if you watch this show and you familiar with this show, y'all know some of the people that we're talking about. I'll just throw one out there, David Price. And we gonna keep it moving. Off of that. But the Triple G thing, I really almost seemed like a publicity play, almost, because it's the most we've talked about Triple G in years. You know what I'm saying? And he got a fight coming up.
Triple G, I mean, he's got a fight coming up right now, and to me,
yes, sir.
I just feel like he just needs to focus on that fight coming up, because that's not a guarantee that he wins, and he's got the Canelo money down the line, so he needs to just take one battle at a time.
Yeah, no, I agree.
I mean, the fact that he's suing Golden Boy is just even more alarming to me, because it shows that he's in a money chasing mood right now. So maybe he's just taking that Canelo fight for money.
Yeah, I think so. I think he's taking it for money.
I mean, he went all the way to Japan to fight Murata. I'm pretty sure that was for money as well. You know, so
yeah, I think he was Triple G's 38, 39. 38, 39 years old. So he had a point where, he's just, I think he's really just all money fights from here on out, like all money fights. But I mean, Murata and Canelo back to back, that's a nice run. I respect that. You know what I'm saying? But he should have been on a run. The past couple of years, but he's been protecting himself just for the Canelo fight, man. And that's why we've got the Steve Rolls and guys like that. And speaking of Steve Rolls, that's a great segue. Let me get in the LW comment real quick. Said Triple G will be 40 on the day before he fights Murata. Yeah, so he all money fights, man. That retirement package is coming, for sure. Retirement package is definitely coming. But I actually want to segue into the other person I had in the thumbnail for today, Edgar Berlanga. You gotta.
I told you this dude's on Fraud Watch, bro. I told you this dude's on Fraud Watch.
He got a unanimous decision victory over Steve Rolls. A lot of people felt like Steve Rolls actually won that fight.
Steve Rolls didn't win that fight, but Berlanga's still on Fraud Watch. He's still on Fraud Watch.
I got several messages from several people, and I will leave their names anonymous, that felt like Steve Rolls won that fight. I watched it. I didn't give Steve Rose a fight because I don't give out sympathy rounds. Um, or I don't give out rounds just because a fighter doesn't reach my predetermined thoughts. I actually look at the action and determine who won the actual round. But it was crazy watching that fight because now you have to. They did such a good job in promoting Berlanga that now you really got to question who he is as a fighter because we know he's not a monster. He was promoted as a monster. So we have several fights of him not being a monster. So now we need to determine who he is as a fighter. And Shane, I put that video out, what, about 2 years ago? I
About
think
Jesse Hart. About Jesse Hart.
about Jesse Hart and
Yeah,
Berlanga. That was about 2 years
something like that.
ago.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, it's like 2020. And I said back then, I said Jesse Hart would give Berlanga all types of hell. And I said, I'm not saying Berlanga can't win that fight, but I had questions about Berlanga when he was 13-0. He's now 19-0. And the same questions that Shane and I ask of every fighter, we ask of Berlanga. And I'm like, now we're 19 fights in. He's 19-0. Shane, just your boxing eye, what you see from Berlanga,
I mean,
give us your assessment.
I'm seeing more holes than I'm seeing cover-ups. I'm not seeing him. One second. Yeah, as I was saying, I'm seeing more holes than I'm actually seeing cover-ups. In my opinion, I'm seeing someone who's much more, what's the word? Much more vulnerable. And a lot of the question marks that I had about him, he's actually proving that they're actually valid. I wondered whether he could box with someone who's good on the outside. I wondered if he's got the stamina, he carries a power weight. I wondered if, he was one dimensional. And a lot of the stuff that I wondered, I'm starting to realize not only was I right to wonder it, they're actually becoming true. And a lot of those question marks, a lot of those pullbacks that I had about him, they're more than valid right now.
When I watched Berlanga, they did an excellent job of promoting him because if they didn't promote him that way, he would just be another guy. We've seen plenty of top ranked guys that are high on their prospect list, but they didn't take the time to really promote them as something. And the one thing about promoting, you can't promote a guy and say that they're average. Oh, he's just a regular guy. No, like you have to hype up a fighter and say that he's superhuman. You have to say that he's that dude. You have to say that he's a killer. So that's how you're supposed to promote. So I'm not knocking the promoting, but I knew he wasn't a killer when he was 13-0. When everybody was saying he was a killer, Shane knew he wasn't a killer. And there's no knock against him. We're not knocking the promotion. We're not knocking the marketing, but we knew he wasn't no killer. When you know a killer when you see one. Like you know a killer when you see one. You don't really have to promote.
What was he, 16 with 16 first round knockouts?
I think it was like 16. I think his last three has gone the distance. I think his last three is going the distance. But that's the thing. I'm like, you don't have to promote that you a killer. You can watch a guy and you know he's a killer, And a lot of the questions that I had about Edgar Berlanga, he's answered some of them. He's shown that his power carries late. He can handle some adversity. He can get through an off night, which I think he did against Rolls, but I didn't have a problem with the Rolls fight because he's coming off of an injury. And I don't believe guys should be coming off a serious injury and go into a major fight. So I didn't have a problem with the Rolls fight. So he's shown me some things. Now, as far as skill set, the feet is not fluent. The feet It's kind of slow. There's a difference between having slow feet and you sitting down on your shots. It's a little combination of both. Part of the slow feet is him sitting down on his shots too much, and some of that slow feet is just the fact that he got slow feet. It still don't change the fact that I think Jesse Hart dances circles around Berlanga. He's changing levels all day. And I know that's a fight Jesse Hart wants. They've been talking about that for a minute. And he looking at Berlanga like a snack right now. He honestly looking at Berlanga like a snack right now. I don't know if Jesse wins that fight. It's just and Jesse just got a victory recently, in Philly, but a
I
lot of
mean,
people didn't see it.
I've always said Jesse's best weight was 168. So that fight at 168 is a fight that I would favor him in. I'm not gonna lie to you.
I would favor Jesse Hart in that fight. And if they, to be honest with you, if Berlanga camp really wanted to find out what they had in Berlanga, I think that's the fight that they should take. Because Jesse Hart name is big enough. He's been in it with enough guys for you to know. And let's get this correct. Like Jesse Hart is not a gatekeeper at 168. He's a legit top 10 guy. And there's a lot of guys at 168 that Jesse would give problems to. And I think that Joe Smith fight really sticks out in people's minds. So Jesse Hart has to actually go through the process of getting that fight out of people's minds. But Jesse is a skilled dude. Like he's a skilled dude, man. And I think that's a great fight. Summertime, New York City, Jesse Hart, Edgar Berlanga. Oh man, that thing and it'll do numbers. That fight would do numbers for sure. Stay ready. Said L Dub Box and Murata gonna win that fight. I think Shane, you said Murata was gonna win that fight too, right?
I mean, I'm just part of that's hope, but
Timestamp. That's a minute two, hour two. That's a timestamp.
I also like Murata's style, and I don't really like how Golovkin's aged recently. So yeah.
Yeah, I'm still undecided on that, but I do think Murata got a major shot though. He got a major shot because we haven't seen Triple G get cracked with a shot since Derevianchenko, and that was a body shot.
Yeah, that was a body, and the referee had to help him that one.
Yeah, but yeah, it was about to be a bowel movement in the ring, man, for sure. Miles Williams, I like Berlanga, but Tim Bradley was right. He needed to go back to the basics in the gym. So, Miles, here's the thing. When you promote a guy like he's a killer, you're not worried about the basics. That's why I love Tyson on the come up. Tyson, when he was knocking any and everything out, Tyson was technically sharp. Like he was technically sharp. He was coming in with a jab, getting low. You know what I'm saying? Throwing hooks, throwing jabs at the proper distance. You know what I'm saying? Even when guys was clinching him, he wasn't overexerting himself. He was almost like embracing it just so the referee can break him up so he can go back to doing what he was doing. So Tyson was doing a lot of things right technically when he was on his run. Berlanga really wasn't doing things special from a technical standpoint on his run. So he needs to have more fights like Steve Rolls, guys like that. People just need to realize that Berlanga is a regular prospect.
After watching Berlanga now, I really have to question, and I know this is bad, but how much did they pay off? That's because this dude ain't no 16 fights, 16 first round knockouts, dude. I don't see that when I see him, bro. It don't matter if you're fighting a journeyman or bum, it don't make a difference, bro. Like that, I don't see that when I see him.
Yeah, I don't. But I mean, Gary Russell got a run right now, and I don't think of him as no power guy. You know what I mean? Like I think he got 15 and 15.
But he got given one of them knockouts. That postal
knockout. Definitely that postal knockout was garbage. But there's guys that have records like that, and we'd be like, nah, he ain't no killer. But there's a dude at 175 that got a record like that. And he is a stone cold killer. Stone cold. You know what I'm saying? Stone cold. Burt Wood in the building. Big shout out to you, bro. He said G5. Would you agree? Southpaw more comfortably positioned. Close orthodox stance means that their defense is lacking, while the southpaw's opposite positioning means they have greater control. I do not agree with that. In a bubble, I don't agree with that. So the thing is, southpaws are used to fighting orthodox fighters. Southpaws are not used to fighting southpaws. You know what I'm saying? So it really it's up to the orthodox fighter to adjust to the southpaw. Like they're the ones that have to make the adjustment. But that's not saying that southpaws have a more comfortable advantage. We've seen orthodox fighters, handle orthodox fighters, and we've seen orthodox fighters handle southpaws. It's really what you got in the toolbox.
And there's a stigma attached to southpaws that all southpaws have to be back foot fighters, which I just don't necessarily agree with. I just feel like it comes down to the style of fighter. Some fighters are going to fight off the back foot, and some fighters are going to fight off the front foot. And if you're going to fight off the back foot, you have to make sure you're getting it doesn't matter what stance you are, but because naturally we associate slickness with southpaws, we think that southpaws have to automatically be in a certain position with their feet. But some southpaws are like come forward fighters.
Yeah. Some southpaws are come forward fighters. We just watched Gary Russell. Gary Russell was a southpaw, come forward fighter. You know what I mean? There's a lot of southpaws that come forward now. L Dub said if Jesse's ring IQ has improved, then I would pick him over Berlanga. L Dub, I never questioned Jesse's ring IQ. I just think I questioned his
I know
heart.
why he says that though. I know why he says that. Because sometimes he decides the wrong he just picks the wrong game plan to go in there with. And that's kind of ring IQ.
Is steered off of emotion. He wears his emotions on his sleeve in the ring, and it does make you question the ring IQ. I know he's extremely smart in the ring, but I know Jermell Charlo's extremely smart in the ring, but they're more emotional than smart. You know what I'm saying? They're more emotional than smart, and that's the thing. So Jesse, if he's fighting a controlled fight, he can box circles around Berlanga. He can box circles around him. L Dub, he said, I got Triple G. I'm not gonna lie, I hope Murata win that fight, man. Like, just Triple G ice cold in these streets, man. Like,
bro, I might have to jump off soon, but keep going.
No. We get ready to jump off in a second. I wanted to just get this one in. L Dub boxing, I questioned it in the second Zerto fight.
That was the same thing with me as well. That was the same exact fight. The same exact fight for me. I questioned that in the Zerto second fight. I just thought if he fought long and just moved and ran, he just would have had a much easier night. But he just kept getting drawn into dog fights, and I just don't know why.
Yeah, and a lot of people didn't see his last fight. He looked more controlled in his last fight. And I was looking to see if he was going to turn it into a dog fight because he was fighting at home, but he fought more control, which I was impressed with. Miles Williams, Eubank should fight the winner of that fight. Eubank is 60.
Right now 160 is kind of shit, so why not?
Yeah, I think Eubank should move up to 68 anyway and get some of that action. I think Eubank and Caleb Plant will be a tremendous fight.
Now we're getting Andrade versus Parker. I want to see all of these dudes mix up. We were supposed to get Munguia versus Charlo, so
I think they need to merge 160 and 168 and just make it a division.
Yeah, that's a good guys go. Because the best dudes at 168 are dudes who's come from 160, other than Benavidez. The best dudes at 168 are dudes who come from 160. So you might as well, like Andrade's there now. You got Charlo's talked about moving up there. Golovkin's now moving up there after the Murata fight. So Eubank was at 168 before. So we might as well just merge it. I think that's a good
Yeah.
idea. I mean, Canelo was at 160, then moved to 168. So yeah, I agree. I couldn't agree more.
Yeah, and you know a good fight for Berlanga too, and of course there's some political ties with this, but just off the top of the head, Kyron Davis would be a good fight for Berlanga. I think Kyron would be that'd be a good fight for him. Because he needs to take fights in his to develop him. But we're gonna see what happens, man. Burt Wood, guys, who wins Stephen Fulton versus Danny Roman June 4th.
Fulton,
We got
Fulton,
Fulton. We got Fulton in
Fulton.
that fight, man. Roman is a good fighter, though. I can't stress that enough. Because
I'm just
Stephen,
upset we get the undisputed MJ versus Fulton. That's what I wanted to
yeah.
see.
What I'm hoping we get that next. After that. So
MJ's got to fight a mandatory. He's supposed to fight. What's this dude's name? I can't even remember his name.
I forgot his
I've
name.
been away from boxing for so long. Literally, I've
Yeah,
been
we
thinking
gotta
about boxing
get.
for so long. No
Yeah,
one's good with these names, bro.
yeah, we gotta get back in these boxing streets 10 toes down. You know what I'm saying? Which is what we're gonna do. But we really want to just get on here just to show our faces, just to let y'all know that we ain't going nowhere. We just going through something. You know what I mean? But we gonna close this one out, man. This one is relative short one compared to what we usually do, but this one was unscripted. We just wanted to jump on camera and just let y'all know we were still here. Shane, give me your social media so we can get up out of here, good brother.
I'm Shane the number one.
That's on Instagram, only on Instagram. Follow my man Boxing First Vlog, Instagram, Twitter. Go subscribe to his YouTube page. And thoughts and prayers out to Boxing First Vlog, and that's a daily thing. You know what I'm saying? But he was in the comment section tonight, man. Big shout out to the big bro. I'm all over the place. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, G5Jeff TV. Big shout out to Will Stokes, man. He's a season 2 winner of the Boxing Prediction Fantasy League. Season 3 will start in a couple of weeks. Big announcements, huge announcements coming with that. Conrad Boxing, great show. Good to see you back. Appreciate you, Conrad family in the building as always. We will be back tomorrow with a more structured show. We'll see what the topic going to be. But big shout out to the big bro Boxing First Vlog on behalf of VP Shane and your boy G5 Jeff TV. This was episode 72 of the Goodfellas podcast. We will see y'all tomorrow. We out.